Sounds like maybe we have cracked the case now. Our sneaking suspicions could be true. A marketing firm that works closely with Facebook and Google says our smartphones are indeed listening to us. Alex Hammerstone with Trusted Sec joins me here now this morning. Alex, I've been there. I'm sure you've been there. We have a conversation with somebody minding our business, talking about maybe a restaurant or a store, and then you scroll Instagram a couple of seconds later and boom, the store pops up right there as an ad. What's up with that?
So I think it's a little bit less benign, and they're a little more benign than people think. And the fact of the matter is, your phone and marketers, they really know just about everything about us. You know, from our web searches, from the location data on our phone, from our shopping history, and so on and so forth. And I know that it's been thought that phones listen to us for a long time. And really, if you're asking, is your phone constantly in a state where it's listening to every word that you say and parsing that somewhere and then creating ads for it? The answer is really no. You know, but we certainly, most of us give permission to a lot of apps out there that, you know, may allow it to listen to us. But I think the real answer, and what's probably scarier, is that our phones don't need to listen to us to really know what we're thinking and what we're going to buy and our shopping history and everything like that.
So I hear people reference, even this firm that partners with Facebook, referencing active listening software. What is that?
So it really allows the phone to listen to you when you're using certain applications, right? You know, whether it's something for voice to text or certain applications, you may want to be able to speak to it and share things. You know, anything from a mapping app, or even if you use one of the weight loss apps and you want to record your meals, a lot of them, you know, kind of allow you to speak what you want to go into that app. So a lot of these apps do have the ability to listen. But as I said, what's fascinating is just how much data is out there on each and every one of us based on, you know, your phone is always with you, right? It knows where you go, where you shop, it knows you're driving, everything like that. The other thing that's interesting, I think, is really there's some confirmation bias here. So if you and I were to have a conversation about a certain product and that product happens to be advertised to us on that same day, it would really stand out. But we wouldn't notice the 1,000 other products that are advertised to us that we didn't talk about.
Anything that we should be doing maybe to combat against this? I mean, you can't really turn any of this off, right?
Well, a lot of it, so when you're downloading an app or opening an app, you know, it's asking for certain permissions, right? You'll see it ask, you know, if it can use your location or use the microphone and things like that. And so when an application is free, you know, nothing is free. If something is free, you are the product, right? It's collecting information on you. And so really look at those permissions. You know, if you're downloading a game or something like that, you know, don't just click OK on everything. The other thing is, you know, on an iPhone, it will show you when the microphone's active, and it will oftentimes kind of pop up and say, do you want to continue to share your location or this data? But really pay attention to what you're agreeing to when you're downloading an app.
Gotcha. Any other comments or suggestions for smartphone users and even people who are on these apps?
I think it's these days, unless you're only using cash and don't have a cell phone, it's your information is really out there, and it's not a conspiracy theory, right? I mean, there's a lot of, you know, mainline news that talks about this. There are a lot of researchers that talk about this. I think people would just be shocked at the amount of data that is collected about each of us and the detail of the profile that marketers have on each and every one of us.
Ooh, you never really know at the end of the day. But all right, we appreciate you, Alex Hammerstone with Trusted Sec. Always appreciate you weighing in for a couple minutes.